Hello everyone, Tim Gamer, and today I have the pleasure to bring you another one of my Fantasy League update videos. And today all I'm going to be doing is rounding up all of the scores from week 1. So I'm going to be showing you how many points I've earned. Actually, it might be a good idea to go on the point screen for that. I'm going to show you the league standings, and I'm going to show you my team for week 2. So firstly, let's get straight in and show you my week 1 team. And unfortunately, it got to the situation where, because I hadn't set my lineup, I was in the lap of the gods, basically, completely down to luck, who started, who didn't, and whether the players on the bench who had actually earned me some points got into the starting lineup. Unfortunately, Rooney and Henderson did, so I was boosted to 44 points overall, which was a lot better than I was expecting at the start, but still not great. And one of the reasons for it being so bad was Felipe Luis didn't start, which I was really surprised with. He didn't start at all for Chelsea, didn't even come on. Everton conceded 2 goals, and Leighton Baines didn't get anything going in the attacking third, which is a little bit unfortunate. Again, Debussy did well, but Arsenal didn't keep a clean sheet. That was 4 points lost right there. And then I don't think any of these guys kept a clean sheet either. So that's 4 points lost overall, because obviously midfielders gained 1 point for a clean sheet. And then my strikers, it set Bojan as captain. If I'd put any other of my strikers as captain, I would have earned more points. But I'm still quite confident with this team. What I said in week 1, well, the introduction to my team still stands. I'm still debating selling Navas. He didn't play at all in the first week of the season, but it's a difficult one. That I want to see how Man City set up, how often Pellegrini decides to use Navas, and I'm going to see if he gets into the side a bit more, because he's definitely a player with potential to score goals and create assists and be very dangerous in that Manchester City side. So I'm going to keep an eye on him. I'm going to keep an eye on Jack Wilshere and Felipe Luis as well, see how they go. But this was week 1. Not too bad, considering I didn't set my team and didn't even set my captain. Completely forgot about that. However, people have had a lot better week than me, and let's have a look straight away to the league. Here it is, the TMM Gamer Subscriber League, and top is Arul Ravindran. Sorry, I think that's quite well pronounced there. And his team, Misha Moisey. So let's have a look at his team. If it loads, there we go. He's got Asmir Begovic in goal, Ferdinand, Chester and Van Aanholt at the back, Young, Sterling, Ramsey and Mata in midfield, and Sturridge, Diego Costa and Rooney. And this is the secret to doing very well in the Champions League, in the Fantasy League. There we go. Having players like James Chester, a defender from Hull, cost you only 4.5 million. He's gone up 0.1 due to his good start. Getting you that amount of points is ludicrous. You know, getting 15 points from a defender, 3 for the bonus, 4 for the clean sheet, 2 for the minutes played, and 6 points for scoring a goal. If you get defenders who score you goals, you can earn a huge amount of points. Patrick Van Aanholt as well picked up an assist. Rio didn't do too much, but hey, got a bonus point for playing well, apparently, for being one of the better players. And then the big guns in midfield, Sterling and Ramsey and Wayne Rooney as captain. Very strong team. He's actually got quite a stacked midfield and forward lineup. He's picked Alan Hutton on the bench, which I don't support that decision, but having Fabrizio Colaccini as well as a backup defender, not too bad at all. So looking pretty decent with a score of 76. That's not bad at all. But the prize team with 101 points, that's a ridiculous amount of points. Vito Manoni in goal again, James Chester sticking it in there, Vla, Luke Chambers, it is Callum Chambers. Who's Luke Chambers? Luke Chambers really rings a bell. Where's that from? He might be I can't even remember off the top of my head. But again, Ramsey, Fabregas, Sigurdsson, Sanchez, Sterling, Rooney and Costa. That's a fantastic team. He's really got a stacked team. Gylfi Sigurdsson, potential dark horse player for this season, a big points earner. Depending on how well Swansea do, he's going to be very important to them. If Swansea have a good season, I can see Sigurdsson getting a huge number of points. So that's a decent sign in there. And the rest of the players in this front line are players you will see get picked time after time in this fantasy league. Ramsey, Fabregas, Sanchez, Sterling, Rooney and Costa. At least a couple of them will be in basically everybody's team. And this is the real problem with Fantasy League. You've got the same sort of 10-11 players who a large proportion will pick. It's making the transfers at the right time, it's choosing the right player to be captain each week, and then it's your fringe players chipping in. Having James Chester earn you 15 points, having Gylfi Sigurdsson earn you 13 points, that is really what pushes you up. it's going to be really interesting, actually. I want to see how well I do in this league. I'm lower mid-table at the moment. If I can finish in the top 10, I'll actually be quite happy because we're getting more and more people join each week. And that's the good thing. It's still really, really early in the season. If you haven't joined the league already, again, I will link it. Put the league code in the description and the website URL so you can just get straight there and sign up for the league. You will join a week after the league started, but you know, there's a long way to go. There's 38 matches to be played. If you have a decent team and have a good run, you can definitely catch up and make up. You know, the first person in our league's only on 70 points. If you have a couple of good weeks, you can catch it up very quickly indeed. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. And the last thing I wanted to do in this video is just show you my starting lineup for next week. I've actually managed to set it now and pick a captain. So I've got Lloris in goal. I've decided to go with the same back three. Again, I need to see if Felipe Luis is going to start. Fingers crossed he does start. But if he doesn't, he'll probably get transferred out. So this is possibly the last week you'll see Felipe Luis in the team. Midfield, Henderson, Wilshere, Johnson and Sanchez. Interesting. This is going to be an interesting week because a lot of my players are playing against big teams. So for example, Arsenal are up against Everton this weekend and I've got quite a few Arsenal players. And I've got an Everton player, so that's quite important. And then you've got Adam Johnson playing against Wayne Rooney's Manchester United. You've got Jordan Henderson playing against Manchester City. So you've got a lot of these players playing against tough opposition, and that made me immediately pick Diego Costa as captain because he scored on his debut. He looked very lively. He should have won a penalty. Really bad decision. I think it was from the linesman. Clearly brought down by Tom Heaton as he rushed through. Should have been given a penalty and he was instead booked for diving. So he's looked very sharp. And Leicester City, you know, come up from the Championship. They didn't look too bad on their opening weekend, but going away to Chelsea, that's going to be very difficult. So I expect to see some goals, and hopefully Diego Costa can score some goals and get me a few points because I definitely need to be going up the table. Rooney and Bojan supporting him nicely. Looking pretty decent. So fingers crossed I can have a decent week. Looking to score 60-70 points around there. Nice solid week can go up. But you never know. You know, it could be a very low scoring week. Occasionally you get weeks in fantasy football where very few goals are conceded. There's a lot of 1-1 draws. You know, 1-1 draws are the worst result if you want a big scoring week, because if you want to score a lot of points, you need some people to keep clean sheets, so obviously your defenders score, and then you want some results to be like 6-0 or 7-0, so you get your midfielders and your attackers gaining a lot of points. And if you pick up the right captain, all of a sudden, like we've seen, you can get 100 points in a week very easily. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm relatively confident. I'm expecting Diego Costa to have a good week. Felipe Luis, if he starts, fingers crossed they should keep a clean sheet. And then I've got enough big players in the big games. So Bojan at Hull, he should do fine. If you've got Alexis Sanchez, Wilshere, Henderson, Rooney, Baines, Debussy, you'd hope a couple of them at least turned up and put in decent performances. So that is the plan. Would be really interested to hear what you guys have to say. Do you think my team's good? Do you think there are some people I need to change? How is your team going? Got a lot of people involved in this league now. I'm actually really happy with how many people we've got involved already. I was not expecting this many to sign up, especially considering it was quite late in the day when I set the league up. So thank you to everybody who's joined. If, like I mentioned earlier, if you haven't joined already, there's still plenty of time. You can still get in. The league is very young. Completely free to sign up, both to the website and the league. And there is a prize for the winner. And what I'm going to be doing is offering a Steam gift. So basically, it'll be a cash value gift. I haven't quite decided on the value yet, but you can spend the Steam cash on basically whatever you want. So what will happen, I'll ask the winner to contact me, and then I'll send him or her the amount of money that I decide will be the prize, and then they can go off and buy whatever game they want with it. I thought that would be quite a nice prize. I didn't want to give a game, for example, you know, if I gave FIFA, the league's going to went too far into the life cycle of FIFA for that to be worthwhile. If people wanted FIFA, they would have bought it. People also recommended Football Manager to me, which, you know, is a great game, and I enjoy Football Manager. But there'll be some people out there who perhaps wouldn't want that or already have it, and then they'll say, "Oh, the prize is Football Manager," and they go, "Well, I've already got it." You know, 2 copies of a game. So if I just give the flat money as a prize, then they can go off and spend it on whatever they want. But guys, once again, thank you so much for watching the video. Really hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've got involved with the Fantasy League, and I hope you're looking forward to the season as much as I am. Until next time, thanks for watching, and have a great day.